This week on Kicks Chronicles, we chat with sneaker content creator Kaff. We talk about the kicks he loved growing up. We also talk about his amazing come-up story, plus his love for the one and only Virgil Abloh and the importance of the 10 in the sneaker culture. This is Kicks Chronicles. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is, man. Kicks Chronicles, another amazing episode of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. In fact, it's episode 48 of that very same podcast. Thank you for everyone that has managed to watch our most recent episode, to listen to our most recent episode with Blacklisted, aka Pedro from the panel. Really cool episode, got a lot of very cool feedback, and yeah, man, really enjoyed it. Very cool to have someone from the panel on the podcast. But obviously, if you haven't managed to catch that, it's available every digital podcasting platform, Spotify's, Apple Podcasts, all of them, Google, they're all there. It's all there, right? Plus all of our older episodes, and it's also on YouTube as well. If you enjoy this kind of content, there's a whole load for you to get involved with. So feel free, run wild, my people, do your thing. Obviously this week, as I mentioned in the intro, we are talking to the man, the myth, the legend, Kaff. You get me? One of the coolest content creators in the game, one of the most knowledgeable content creators in the game in terms of sneakers, and one of the realest men in the room. Can't lie. You get me? Very cool, bro. And yeah, super happy and excited to have him on the podcast. Oh yeah, before I get into that, obviously I've been away for a couple of weeks. Yeah, man, I just had to take a little bit of time to get my mind right. It kind of started off because there was something going wrong. I had an issue with some technical bits and pieces, and then I was getting stressed out about that, wasn't able to fix it, and then ultimately I was like, you know what, I'm actually just stressed in general, I just need to take a bit of time out. And I think that kind of stuff is really important. Now we're becoming more and more aware of mental health and all of this different stuff, and just I needed to take a little bit of time out from social media, so I did. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm back with a banger. Your boy's back. You get me? And I came with the goods. You get me? As I said, I mean, it's Kaff, bro. It's Kaff. As I said, getting back to Kaff, in fact, this is part one of our interview. When I started chatting to Kaff, I started realizing the guy is a fountain of knowledge, and just like, as I said, one of the realest in the game, is an absolute legend. So yeah, we went long, and I've decided to split up into two podcasts. So first episode is going to be today, and the next episode is going to be next Sunday. So yeah, guys, keep your eye out for that. We spoke about the kicks he loved growing up. So yeah, your classics, your Air Max 1s, your Air Max 90s, those sorts of things. But one of the things he talks about during this podcast, during this part of the podcast, is the bubble story. I'm going to leave it at that, because the bubble story is actually legendary, and it is probably the most iconic, the most interesting come-up story I've heard in my life. You get me? Now, some of you are thinking about Michael Jackson and his pet chimpanzee. It's not that kind of bubbles, yeah? But I'm going to leave it at that. People stick around to hear about Kaff and the bubbles story. No joke. You get me? Absolutely no joke. But the other thing that we do get to do, which is really cool, is pay tribute to one of the foremost designers in not only sneakers, but streetwear and fashion in general. Gone way too soon. I'm talking about the one, the only Virgil Abloh. Him being a fellow Ghanaian, myself and Kaff also being Ghanaians as well. We just took the opportunity to and it just happened organically during the podcast, but it just came about that Kaff is a massive Virgil fan, and we just started speaking about the importance of the 10 and how that collaboration kind of broke the mold in terms of collaborations that have happened since. It was really cool to sort of pay homage and sort of a little bit of a tribute to such an amazing man. And as I said, gone way too soon. So yeah, rest in peace, Virgil. You will never be forgotten, obviously. But yeah, we will continue to remember what you did for the culture. But yeah, absolutely amazing. And yeah, as I said earlier, guys, part 2 will be dropping next Sunday. So yeah, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for that on the feeds and all of that stuff. And we will be getting in next week. We will be getting into Kaff's thoughts on the culture. Kaff has been in the game for a minute, and he's moved in different echelons. You get me? He's had really, really cool opportunities. So he's seen the sneaker scene from various different aspects as a consumer, but also as a creator and also as somebody that has worked with these various different brands. So getting his perspective was really, really cool. But also talks about the best kicks of 2023 so far. And we get into some other bits and pieces as well. Like, it was just a really, really cool conversation. So guys, make sure to stick around for part 2 when that drops next week. And yeah, overall, very cool guy, very nice guy, a guy that I would absolutely love to have back on the podcast again. And an interview I think you guys will find interesting and entertaining, because I know I did. So with all of that being said, I'm your boy PROZECH. This is Kicks Chronicles, and our guest this week is the bombastic. I'm gonna go with bombastic because he's the man. You get me? The illustrious, because he's that guy. He's him. You get me? The Virgil stan. Kaff is in the building. Enjoy. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is, man. Another illustrious guest, another episode of your Kicks Chronicles. I'm here with the one, the only, and it's about time, because he's the man, you know. He's the man, bro. We've tried to do this for a minute, man, and thank God we're here, man. Big Kaff is in the building. What are you saying, my bro? What's kicking?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. You know, the weather's cooling down a bit today, so
oh man, thank God, bro.
Man might be able to sleep tonight.
Bro, man, don't let anyone lie to you, yeah? Like, no matter what the melanin level is in your skin, the UK heat is the worst kind of heat you could ever get in your life, bro. Just don't let anyone lie to you. Yeah, I'm African, man. I think we're both African men, right? Yeah, so when I go back to the motherland, that heat is a bit different. It enriches you. Yeah. It gives you some vim. You get me some energy, right? This one here in the UK, bruv, it's a sucker, bro.
Some Captain Planet pollution heat, bro. Just some moist, wet, just
oh man, just disgusting, bro. Just making you feel wet the whole day, bro. Moist the whole day, just nah, just like nah, bro. So yeah, man, don't do good in the UK heat. That 2 weeks or 3 weeks where we get hotness in the UK. Yeah, don't holler at me, because it ain't gonna be right. You ain't gonna get the true version of me you wanna get, right? But like, yeah, today was a little bit cooler, so we thank God for that, man. And yeah, we're here, bro. We're here, man. So do you know what? Yeah, I was even chatting to Kaff. I'm even gonna lie, I ain't talking out of school. We're boys now. Like, I was saying to Kaff, yeah, that I usually work from home. So I usually don't leave the house. And if I just jump out of the house, I might just wear a pair of Crocs. But today I actually went out to Creps Collection Club. Shout out to them, man. There we had a little meeting, and I put something on my feet. And I said, because of the fact that I actually left the house and I put something on feet, I was gonna ask our guest this evening what they wore on feet today. So I must start it off. Yeah, I must say today I rocked the Wave Runners. They're back in the case where they should be. So today I rock the Wave Runners, you get me, like with a little short thing, just so like they could have the full glory, you get me, like, because they don't come out often, and it's sunny, and I know there ain't gonna be no rain. The various materials, you get me, were protected, you get me, like. So the Wave Runners were on feet today. Kaff, what did you have on feet today, my bro?
Today I had on feet the Every Game Airship in the red color.
Bro. The airships, yeah. You kind of made me jealous a bit, bro, because small, yeah. I wasn't all the way there on the airship, bro.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing your content, and obviously everyone that's here, you should be rocking with Kaff's content, especially on Insta and TikTok, bro, because he gets down. But like, you made them look so good, and I was like, bro. I was like, yeah, bro, the Reds are good, bro. That UNC, yeah, that Carolina blue is
the
crazy,
blue
bro.
ones, the
And I
blue ones
heard
are
the
nice.
materials. I heard the materials are crazy on these as
Yeah,
well. They're really that good.
they're nice, man. The blue ones by far are better than these. I'm not going to front. But
I hear you, bro.
in terms of
The Reds are hard as well, though.
yeah, in terms of being a completionist and the fact that we never used to get any airships is a for me it's an important shoe and the comfort is nice, man. It's nice, but and the materials are crazy. It's got the vintage look. It's got that little. I mean, the outsole. This reminds me of the Nigel Sylvester so much. The Nigel
Bro,
Sylvester
I
ones.
was gonna say, yeah, the Nigel Vista ones, bro. He
Yeah,
did his thing, bro.
yeah,
Like that pre-aged, dusted
exactly.
up look, bro. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, it's deep.
And
It's
I
deep.
know
It's deep.
people, it's a bit of a Marmite thing. Some people like it. Some people are just like, what's the point of getting a brand new shoe that looks old already? But I don't think people understand when you're a sneakerhead and you got a shoe to smash up already, you can just put it on and you don't feel no way. It's like,
Bro, people don't get it. So this is my thing, Kaffia, right? And then we've gone off the rails already, right? So I was saying to somebody, like, I'm a size 12. There are some girls on my list, yeah, that, like, if I'm being real, I'm probably not going to see unless I go used,
yeah,
right? Unless I go used, right? And I was against used back in the day, but the more you're in the game, the more you realize there's so many different levels when it comes to
yeah,
used.
man.
Obviously, like there's DS, there's like V and DS, and so many different levels in the game. So you could get a used pair for a really good price, and it might not even be that used. Some people just holding kicks
Yeah,
and just realizing, yeah, I need to get rid of them, and then boom, it's gone, and you're the only one that's really wore them.
yeah,
The thing about it is, yeah, right, is when you know a shoe is used, you have no fear of wearing that shoe, bro.
exactly.
And it's a similar thing when the shoe is pre-aged, because you think to yourself, you know what?
It's already,
Like, it's already,
yeah,
I mean, they've got it warm for man.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
exactly.
got it
Yeah,
warm for man. So I can walk out and I don't have to worry about it.
yeah,
Like, it's not the prestige shoes. Like, no, you get me. Even with the lost and founds, like I felt that, bro. I
yeah.
was like, yeah,
It's
I'm
already
okay to wear
it's
this.
already a
Yeah,
bit
bro,
mashed
I'm
up, so
okay.
let me just go ham. Like, I don't care. You step on my foot, so it's already mashed
You
up.
know what I'm saying? It just adds to the age,
Yeah,
bro. I would say it's been hidden from since
yeah,
'85, bro. We can work with it, bro.
exactly.
So no, I hear that, bro. I hear that. What else was you rocking off feet today? Because I know you double dipped today. Still,
The other pair I wore today, I'm not gonna, and this is why I said I wore two pairs today, yeah, because I started the day in these, yeah. I started the day in the
oh, bro,
unions,
you are
and
crazy,
I
bro.
was just like, it's Thursday. I'm in the office today.
Union Black Toes, yeah, just
Yeah,
in the office
I
chilling, bro.
started, but I was just like, it might rain, and funny enough, it's raining right now. It's raining right
Really?
now, but I just thought, nah. But to me, these are a piece of art. Like, and
They're hard. They're
I've
hard.
worn these maybe 5 times since they dropped, bro. Like, I want to wear them more, but I'm a sucker for the threads colorway. I'm black toes, so I've got the Lost and Founds and the next chapter Spider-Man one. So it's just like if I'm gonna wear Chicago and it means I don't have to wear this one and
Bro,
not ruin
you've
it,
got
then
yeah,
but
you've
yeah,
got all this. Nah, I like that, bro. Do you know what? Yeah, I actually responded to your Instagram. You did this thing on Instagram about Union.
yeah,
Considering that's a Union one, you did a thing about they've got a new shoe coming out. I think
yeah.
it's like a collaboration. It's a Union one, but it's like
Bethany's
Bethy's
Beauty Supply.
Beauty
Yeah,
Supply,
yeah.
right? So it's a collaboration, and I think the guy that runs or owns
Chris,
Union
yeah,
and Bethy, yeah,
yeah,
Chris and Bethy are they're married,
yeah,
or so it's a that shoe was a vibe.
yeah.
100%. I'll throw a picture of the shoe. She was a vibe. But one thing that I noticed from Union recently is since the black toe and the navy toe, um, like, and then you've got like they've done the twos, they've done the Cortez or
Cortez,
Cortez, I should
yeah.
say. One more, yeah, I get caught out
That would be
sometimes.
sick.
And then that one's that would have been crazy. They done the Cortez and they done the KOs,
That's it.
bro. I think they've been
And
slipping,
the
bro. I
fours.
think they've been
And the
slipping.
fours.
And
Yeah,
so yeah, so that's that. So let's be clear, right? The Union ones and the Union fours are hard.
yeah.
That's without question, right? Even the guava colorway. I'm saying like, look, yeah, he's got the black fours are
It's
super
too
hard,
hard.
right? You get me? Like it's crazy, like crazy. And respectfully, leave that tongue tucked in,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
Respectfully, because I'm saying that's where it needs to be,
The
bro.
OG.
That's the thing that sets it apart.
Yeah,
Yeah, leave it tucked in, bro. Like, but I think from the two, when they went to the two, then they went to the Cortez, and then they went to the KO. I felt like it was sliding down a slippery slope. I think this one brings them back to where they need to be, especially the design choice that they made in terms of that chucker design,
yeah,
that sort of almost like woven pattern on the side. Like, it is very, very cool,
yeah.
man. So shout out to
I
Union,
think
man.
I,
But
I
yeah,
think
do you think? Yeah,
I
go
think when
on.
it drops, it's going to be called the Summer of '96. That's what I'm hearing. It's going to be called the Summer of '96 Air Jordan One Union Beffy's Beauty Supply. I went into a little bit of history from what I've researched, but again, the pinch of salt. It's something to do with how Chris and Beth met in 1996 in New York, and maybe we'll get some backstory about the Chaka woven design.
We
Maybe
like that.
one of them was wearing a pair of them or something like that when they met. But
I could see that.
yeah,
I could see that. Makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. No, man, that's very, very cool, man. All right, people. We've had a little chit chat. I'm saying, like, broken the ice. Everything's calm and cool. You get me? I know what you want. You want us to go back to the beginning. So, bro, let's go back to the beginning.
cool.
Let's talk to the people about your first love. What was that shoe that gripped your
Ooh.
heart, bro? That first one, that first love that said, you gotta have me, Kaff. You gotta get me
It
in.
sounds cliche, but I guess it's for sort of our generation. Growing up on the estates, in the hood, the ends, and the sort of product of your environment. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, it was all the bad man that people wanted to dress and look like. So your shocks,
100, 100.
95s, TNs,
Mm,
90s Air
mm-hmm.
Max ones. So my first love, the first shoe that I love has got to be the Air Max 90. Um, and it was a pair that I can't, to this day I can't find it. It was a standard pair. It was in JD Sports, and no, it was in JD Sports, not Foot Locker. This was the JD Sports versus Foot Locker days, where there'd be certain colors in Foot Locker, certain colors would be JD exclusive.
Them JD exclusive
Yeah,
days, bro.
yeah, and it was a white and tangerine. It was white, had orange
Wow.
it had orange in the air unit. Most of the shoe was white. The sort of the I forget what you call them. The eyelets were like kind of a diffused blue color. The swoosh was I think the swoosh was orange or white. And to this, I've googled it. I've asked people that are in the know, OGs. No one can tell me the name of it, but some people remember what it was. Yeah, man.
I can't even see it in my mind,
Yeah.
bro. I
It
literally
was
can't even see it in my
white,
mind,
tangerine, and blue, and wolf grey. It
bro.
was
Yeah,
so sick. That was my first.
I will scour. I'm scouring the
that,
internet to try and find a
that was
picture of that for the
was
people,
my
man.
very first pair of nineties, and this was back when people just used to call them air bubbles, and that shoe with the air bubble, and this is back when I'm showing my age a bit here, where people would just be like, Roberto Baggio Diodora boots will make you play better. And like back in the day when you thought like this technology is legit, like it's gonna
Wow.
make someone who's 4 foot be able to dunk.
For
Like
real, bro. It just enters your
yeah,
body, and
man.
all of a sudden,
Yeah,
bro, you get me like you're Kobe or
yeah,
something,
bro.
bro. Like there's something
I'm
can
telling
connect,
you.
bro. No, I hear
I'm
you,
telling
bro.
you.
I hear you.
But
I
yeah,
hear
that was
you.
my first
Them
love.
days, yeah, when you put on them boots, yeah.
And you start running faster
Them
and
days when you start misbehaving,
bro,
thinking that you're mess. Well, it would have been messy at them times. Yeah, it would have been Baggio.
Baggio.
It would have been what's his name for real. It would have been what's his name. Who's the other men that would have been around them times? Because I was a Gazette football Italian
Yeah,
man. Them
see?
like Inzaghi,
Yeah,
them man's there. Like I'm
yeah,
saying, like Costa Curta.
yes.
What's his name? That
That's a
Batistuta,
Stuta,
bro.
and
Them
man
Batistuta.
hated him, bro, because of what he done to England at
With
World
that
Cup. Oh
purple.
my days.
That one's there, bro, and with no remorse, man.
Yeah,
That man, bro. I love all
yeah.
that stuff, bro. It's
Shout
true,
out to
and
you.
it's and
Shout out
you,
to you. Actually, you just reminded me of a whole. That is Stuta. That is an error, bro. That is an error. Yeah, man.
that was fully. And the other thing is, bro, like we have something in common because, like, one of the first shoes that brought me in, bro, was an Air Max
Mm,
90 as well, bro. And my cousin took me to. It wasn't JD. It was actually First
yeah,
Sport.
man.
I think it was. I can't even remember. first bought turned into JD, or I don't know how they connected, but yeah, he brought me on an Air Max 90. It was like a blue pair, but it wasn't like UNC blue. It was like a navy
I
blue pair,
already know.
with
I
white
already
in
know
it.
what pair you're talking about. It was a pair that went viral back when before viral was a thing, and Foot
Bro,
Locker
it was the bait
Foot
one,
Locker
yeah,
had it, and everyone on ends had it. It was white, blue,
bro,
and black and grey, and the swoosh was grey.
yeah, bro.
The
That's
heel, the
it,
mud guard was black. The midsole was white. I know exactly because I was working JD Sports them days. I know
yeah,
exactly
bro.
which pair you're talking about.
This is it. So yeah, my cousin put me on because I was, bro. Let me be real with you. Yeah, man was fully in the dark arts, bro. I was struggling. I was needing life support, bro. I needed something to put me on, and my cousin put me on, and he was like, "Yeah, just grab whatever you want, bro." And I was like, "Let me grab for the bait ones because at least I know I'm gonna get a little bit of
Mm.
clout. You get me? It's gonna take me out the doghouse. You get me? Like so bro, those are some dark days, man. But to be honest, yeah, it's such a weird thing, yeah, because we look back now and it's like, okay, like we love our collections, we love our kicks. The importance of
Mm.
shoes was almost like it was like a full representation of who you were as a human being. It's like if somebody saw you rocking the wrong kicks, they didn't want to
Mm.
associate with you.
Mm.
They actually didn't want, some people took a dislike to you based on your kicks
Yeah.
alone. Yeah, and they're telling you things about yourself that you don't even know.
It's big in the
And
culture,
I'm
man.
like,
It's big. It's
bro,
big in the culture, and I think without going too far on off a tangent, it's like I think that's where people get it twisted when they see there's people in the culture, in the community, in the scene that really have a passion for this, and it's because it's
uh-huh.
been it's literally been woven into your DNA. Like you've grown
Mm,
up
mm,
with
mm, mm.
sneaker culture, like people saying clout and stuff like that. This is all new. Like back in the
It's new.
back
It's
in the
new. It's
day,
new.
having a fresh, recognizable pair of kicks was so important, and the way you would get
It was
clowned
so
for
strong, man.
having a rubbish or no name pair was bruv. Being different was not embraced back
It
then.
was a rough. Bro, the thing is, yeah, everyone's trying to be individual,
Yeah,
G. Everyone's trying to be different, yeah. Back in the days, yeah, man was just trying to fit
yeah,
in.
bro. Yeah,
Literally, just trying to fit in, bro. No, I get it, bro. No one's saying there's anything wrong with being different, but it's a different day and a
hmm
different time. This era that we were in, that we were talking about, them days, yeah, you're just trying to get
bruv.
on.
And
You're just trying
I'm
to
telling
get
you,
on,
like being,
bro.
and it's like people might hear it and say, "Oh, you're just trying to fit in." Oh, what's that about? Like sort of be an individual, be confident in yourself. No, you don't understand it. Being different back then could make you a target, bro. Like
Bro,
you will get moved
bro.
to if you look like the neat who couldn't get the cool things. Like it made you a target,
Nah,
bro.
man.
So
It made you a
times have
target.
changed, man.
And like you need to think smart, bro. Like obviously nowadays, do whatever you want to do
Mm,
what makes you feel happy. But one of the things I always say here, right, is wisdom is applied knowledge.
mm,
Knowledge, you could know everything, but if you don't use wisdom, yeah, you won't be able to apply that knowledge.
yeah.
Read the room, bro.
Mm,
If everyone around you, right, is moving in this way, yeah,
mm.
right, emotional intelligence, XP would suggest I need to move this way in order to survive,
Yeah,
bro. That's how people survive in prison.
yeah,
It's not the same
yeah,
thing, but it's the
yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah,
you need to read the room,
yeah,
bro. Understand, like, that emotional
yeah,
intelligence, bro. Just say, I'm trying to learn.
yeah,
My education is important. I don't need this holding
yeah,
me
yeah,
back, bro.
exactly,
This is an investment in my education.
exactly.
That's how I went. That's how I went to my mum when I was like, from these forces are an investment
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
education.
man.
You need to
Yeah,
invest. You need to invest because I can't be getting distracted because I've got dead name kicks. And you know what? We need to jump into this, bro, because I talk about it with everybody, right? And it's some people it's dreaded, but for me it's nothing, man. It's the unholy grails. Hi there. So nice to see you. Sorry to interrupt the pod. I'll be literally 30 seconds. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And also, if you enjoy the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you're listening on an audio platform, feel free to give us a review, whether it be positive or negative. Just leave a review. We really, really appreciate it. Also, feel free to listen to our old episodes. And if you ever want to get in contact, if you want to let me know what you're thinking, feeling, or whatever, holler at me. My name is PROZECH. PROZECH on all social media. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm enjoying TikTok at the moment, so feel free to holler at me. I will always holler back. And with all that being said, I'll let you get back to the pod. Toodles. It's something that is, and it doesn't affect everybody. And I don't even know if it affected you, Kaff, like it affected me. But it's something we should talk about and see if you remember. When I say an unholy girl, I'm talking about a no-name, no-brand shoe that sort of lives in infamy. One of those that we know about. There's a list of them, and I'll reel them off, right? I'm talking about shoes like Plimsolls, Golas, Ball Boys, High Tech Dunlops, Avius Tracks, Lonsdale's, Everlast.
Oh my God.
You get me? AVR Ascot.
Oh my God.
Tracks, Adore. Like, did any of them ring bells?
Yes.
Did you ever have to dabble in them
Yes.
dark arts? Talk to me, man. It's a safe space,
bro.
my
This
bro.
is, and I love this because people don't, like, people see your collection now, and they're like, oh, you're so lucky, you get everything, blah blah blah. Man has been through the mud.
Come on, come
Like,
on, come
man
on.
has.
He's been through
I
it.
remember, I remember, and I remember back in lockdown when I used to do like sort of lives on Instagram every now and then. I used to tell the stories, like story time with Kath. I remember having no job, and these times man's in college, second year college, so everyone's working. There's people working in Phones for You. There's people working in JD Sports, Foot Locker. Man had no job, bruv, and this was just before Office opened in Croydon, and that's when I got back on my feet. Brother, I was wearing Lonsdale from Next, and shout out to anyone. Oh no, Outfit, and shout out to anyone
Yeah.
who knows about South London, Purley Way. And there's that big shopping Valley Park shopping complex near Ferropia Lane tram station.
Okay.
Brother, my sisters they bust me in it. Like, I had no money. They were like, you need some clothes and you need some shoes, and they got me some.
Oh my
They got me
days.
bare like chinos and some long sleeve tees and stuff that I could just wear to college and stuff. So it's a fresh wardrobe. And then there wasn't a lot of money left for Kicks, so they got me some Lonsdales. And brother, they looked like some kind of AstroTurf football, but they were lifestyle. They were so.
Bro.
It's like they got a mix of Puma Kings and like Puma Kings and like something else, bro. Like some AstroTurf. It was a mess, and they were white and burgundy, and I wore them. They were white and burgundy with a gum outsole. I wore them like they were a pair of Yeezys, bro. Like, it's all I had.
Respectfully.
It's all I had, bro.
Respectfully.
All I had.
I respect it. I respect it, man. Kaff, man, I love that story, bro. First and foremost, shout out to your sisters for
man.
putting you
Each
on,
and every
man,
time.
because like I'm saying, like I'm saying, family comes first, man. And they held you down, man, and they did what they could.
Brother,
they put you in the spot, man. They did what you could.
I had
man.
no
They did
money.
it.
Like I joke with my best friend.
Nah, man, I respect it.
I joke with my best friend about these times all the time. Like these times here, I was walking. I couldn't afford to park at work, so I would drive like to the nearest free residential parking and then walk like 25 minutes to the office. And I had a hole.
Mad.
I had one pair of smart shoes that had a hole in them, and I didn't have money to get new shoes, so I had to put a plastic bag over my socks and then put on the shoe so that when it rained, my socks wouldn't get wet, bro. Like, and there was one time.
Kaff. Bro, this is a Disney film. Are you okay, bro? Are you real? Are you being real? Is this Coach Carl or your life, bro?
There was one time where I was running late and I just washed my socks. They were still in the washing machine. I had to take them out, put them on, and because they hadn't finished washing, the soap was still in the socks. So when I was walking and it was raining and I was walking, there was bubbles coming out of my shoe as I was stepping. So if you look behind me, there's a trail of washing detergent behind me, bro. That's why people don't know, bro. You're hearing it first, bro. When people DM me and they're mad and salty about the pairs that I've got, or you got this, you don't know what man's been through, brother. You don't know.
Nah, bro. Some people that are.
I'm humble, bro.
Nah, man. People that you need to pay the cost, bro. They pay the cost, man. These man need to pay the cost, man. Respectfully. Oh my,
brother, embarrassing, bro. Like, walking into the office with a soap trail, bro.
Literally
in the office all day with bubbles coming out of my shoe, and then bop home in the rain more bubbles, and then get home and just sit there like, what am I doing, bro? What am I doing? So when you see
Wow.
me in a pair of off whites now, just let me live, bro.
Bro, do you know what, yeah? This is going out to all you, man, yeah, right? Look at me in my eyes, yeah, right? And if you're just listening to this, listen with your ears, bro. I'm saying, like, don't know, there ain't nobody that's told me a story deeper than that story just
Brother,
told to me, right? When it cut, bro, don't nobody come for Kaff on my
brother,
life,
they don't
bro.
know.
On my life. Nobody come for Kaff, bro. When you see him rocking solid gold kicks, yeah, right? Don't say nothing, bro. Don't
Bro,
say nothing. When he's rocking, yeah, any kick you see him rocking, yeah, keep your mouth shut, bro, because you didn't go through it. Man went
brother,
through it, bro. I don't know nobody.
brother,
I don't know nobody, right? That's went through what this man's
brother.
gone through, yeah, man. Have some respect and have some dignity about yourself, man. Don't come at this man for his
Bro.
kicks, bro. He paid the
Them
cost, my
days,
G.
them days, my
Wow.
rotation was two pairs of shoes, bro. Them the work shoes with a hole in them and the Lonsdales. That was my rotation, bro.
And them
That was
Lonsdales,
my
them
rotation, bro.
Lonsdales,
So,
bro. That
boy.
rotation, bro. That Suicide Squad. My God, bro. Nah, man, you've been through it,
Wow.
man. Respectfully, like you did your thing, man. And you know what? Yeah, right. Thank God, man. Look at you now.
Mm, mm,
Like I'm saying, like we're not boasting, but just saying, right? God is
mm.
good. Look at him now, bro. Right. So when you look at man's Insta and you see him dropping out, I'm saying like he's got ones for days, bro. I'm saying like he's got fours. You get me? Like I'm saying the latest bits and pieces that are knocking out airships now as well. You get me? Like all the Air Max ones. You get me? He's got that. That's all on deck. You get me? Like I'm saying he's got. I'm saying like the off white twos as well. Like this. I'm saying the off white Air Force is just behind him there, bro. He's doing this. Don't say a word. Don't say a goddamn
Yeah,
word.
man.
Just keep your
Yeah,
mouth
things are different
shut.
now, bro.
You get me, man? Things are different now, bro. Talk nicely is what I'm saying. Put full respect on the name and talk nice. You get me? Or don't say nothing. You get me? Nah, man, I respect it. I respect it, man. That is a come up story for the
um,
ages, G. You get me, man? Man truly came from the gutter, man. That soap story, that will
bro.
never leave me, bro. I'll be telling that story for
And
the
it's
rest of my
it's
life,
them
G.
lessons there. It's them lessons there that taught me this will never happen again. So when you're going through it, when you come out the
Nah.
other side, you're like, brother, that's never gonna happen to me again. Like I
Mm,
was an actual waste man,
mm.
bro. I had no money, bro. I had no money, bro.
What I said? I said I was
I
an
was
actual.
I was an actual literal waste man. Like man had nothing. I couldn't go out on the weekend. Wasn't eating
Oh,
no takeaway. I was banging rice and toast with marmalade, bro, for 6 months, bro. I had
jeez,
nothing to
bro.
my name, bro.
Nah, man, he did it. He
That's
paid the
that's
cost,
why
bro. This
that's
guy
why it
went
makes me
through it,
laugh
bro.
when these dons who live in like a 4 bedroom house are messaging me vexed because they didn't get a Travis Scott, bro. I'm like, I don't care, bro.
Bro, cry
Yeah,
me a
bro.
river, G. I'm saying we've been
Yeah,
through it out here, bro. We've
I
been
don't care.
through it. Hey, and the thing is, yeah, and the thing is, you probably don't have the
Mm,
time, right, to explain to everybody where that energy comes
exactly.
from, bro. You probably don't have the time. So it's good that you're doing this to let people know, like, no, I get
Mm,
these kicks, yeah, because what goes around, I
bro,
sowed seeds, bro. It goes around,
this is what
comes
I'm
around,
saying.
man. He put good out there, man. He did his thing, man. He tried hard. You get me, in all humility, and now it's coming
This is
back
it,
to
man.
him
This
in
people
in in
people
plenty of
think this
kicks.
people think this fake thing, fake positive or man's fake, and it's just like no, it's just I've been on the other end, and what like
Mm,
I said it on the last show I was on. These are things we want. They're not things we need. It's a luxury item. It's like there's
one
more
hundred
important things
percent.
to life, and just being in a position where um, missing out the latest sneaker is your biggest problem. You're privileged. If that's your biggest problem today, you're all right, man. You're doing all right. Don't stress.
You're doing
Don't
okay. You're
stress.
doing okay, and I think it's important. It's a super important message to put
Mm,
out there, Kath. And like you're absolutely right, man. Like like we're in a real cool culture, like, and it's one where you could get lost in the weeds if you allow
Exactly.
yourself to. But if you take a level-headed approach, and I think obviously like we're probably like around a similar age. I may be like 2 or 3 years younger than you. But
You probably are. You probably are.
I don't know about that. If I'm being honest, but anyway, but like, it's really, really important when you get that perspective that sometimes age gives you, and that experience. You realize, you know what, like, kicks actually is a source
Yeah.
of joy to me. It should never be at
Mm,
a detriment. I should never, like, the idea of potentially not being able to pay a bill or to do anything that's of
exactly.
real importance in my life, considering that I'm a father and a husband, like I have responsibilities. The idea of not being able to fulfill my role as a
Mm,
father and a husband because I wanted a
mm,
pair of kicks, that's out of, that is so
mm,
far from my mind. It's
mm,
unbelievable. Like, this to me, like, is the
exactly.
cherry on top of the cake. It's celebrated in my kicks are celebrated in
Mm,
my household because of the amount that
mm,
I sacrifice for my family. And I can imagine it's similar for you, Kaff. Like, you're putting in
yeah.
a lot of effort and energy to put your family in a spot. Like, nobody's gonna begrudge you picking up a 1-2 pair of kicks, no matter how spicy they are. You get me? You get me? Like, so no, we have to
Yeah.
put that out there. It's important, man. Don't ever allow yourself to get caught up
Mm,
by the hype. I think it's one of them things where it just comes around
yeah.
every so often that, like, I don't think people are calling themselves hype beasts anymore. I think
Yeah.
that's all gone now. But I think it's one of them things where you can get caught up where there are drop after drop after
Yeah.
drop after drop. And you get to the point where you start feeling
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
everything. No, you
Yeah.
don't need to everything. Like, I'm a size 12, bro. I was telling Bolly the Bear, like, I was saying, me and him, we link in that way. Sometimes I just have to look from afar, bro, because I
Yeah.
know I'm not going to get everything. I know the size run ain't really running all the
Same
way
here.
up
Yeah,
like
man.
that.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, you hear that one. So sometimes I just need to appreciate a shoe from afar and just be
Mm,
like, cool, that's a really nice shoe, man. I didn't cop.
mm,
It weren't my day. And if after a month or 2 months, I'm still thinking about the shoe, like, you know what? Bro, I feel like the fit would
yeah.
be
Yeah.
super hard, or I feel like that shoe needs to come in. Then I give myself that grace to say, you know what, man, we might
Yeah.
have to dip in, get me a used pair, or try and see if I can get a
Yeah.
good deal on a kit. Right, like, I give myself that time. I'm not gonna get caught
Yeah.
up in anything, bro. Like, do you feel me on
Oh yeah,
that,
one
bro?
hundred percent. I'm same as you. I've got my little one now. Man's married, got a house, got very very demanding day job, and it's like
I
trying
appreciate
to
it.
balance that with the Instagram. I'm trying to help people get. It's really, I mean, we'll go over it, but it's really there to help people, and it's
Mm,
grown to put me in positions that I never thought I'd be in, and I'm grateful for it. But at the end of the day, when it comes to everything that's dropping now, I think I've been very fortunate to get what I've got, and I'm very happy with that. And I think
mm,
I've finally reached a point where I can stand back and say I don't need that release. And
mm.
exactly like what you said, I think about certain releases and I think how much have I actually got in my account. The day the day that I can't afford to do something for my son because I've overspent on kicks
God forbid, bro. God
is the day where
forbid.
I have to say, "Do you know, what, I have to back out completely." And because I have that hanging over my head, I've
Mm,
been able to resist a lot of things where like maybe two, not even two, but I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, I would have been like, "Yeah, going for that, going for that, going for that, going for that," and it's like I can't justify spending, especially with the retail
mm.
price now. You get 3 pairs of kicks, you're looking at £600 now. And I'm not
Yeah,
talking
it's
like a
nuts,
pair of
bro.
Vomeros or a pair of Vans. I'm talking if you to get 3 pair of recognizable Nikes or Adidas to an extent, or New Balance definitely. You're looking at six.
New Balance,
You're looking at,
definitely. Yeah,
and
hundred
to put
percent.
it into context, that's half of £1,000.
It's mad. It's
You have to
crazy,
say
bro.
it. You have
Like,
to say the full number. That's half of one
like it,
thousand pounds,
bro, and it's only going
Exactly.
up. Calf, bro, that's the maddest thing. It's only going up, and at least with New Balance and Adidas, to an extent, you can see where the
Yeah.
quality, you can see where the
Yeah.
money goes, right? With Nike, sometimes you can't even see where the
And
money's
it's
gone.
like, man,
You can't even see it.
when you've been doing this long enough, and you think, raw. When I used to go and buy, when we used to name the shoes by how much they cost, because
Bro.
it was almost like how Arsenal, you know how Arsene Wenger went on to manage Arsenal. It was like written in the stars. So back then, we were
That's
all kids.
nuts.
We didn't know about the tech spec. We didn't know the Air Max 90s were called 90s because it was called the Air Max 90, it released in 1990. We used to call them 90s because they almost
Mm.
cost £90. It was 84.99 for a
Boom.
long time, and then it was 89.99 for a pair of 90s. And the reason we thought that is because everyone, the nickname for 110s was 95s was 110s. So
This is it. So it
so
will trickle down,
we all thought, oh,
100%.
that's how the roadman and that's how the cool people are naming the kicks because it's close to that price. And then you get older, you realize, okay, the Air Max 90 is called Air Max 90 because of this story. The 95 is called 95 because of this story.
Mm.
Those are the actual names. So to see an Air Max 90 when I was like 15, 16 was 84.99, and now it's like the
Mm.
DQM or what, 120, 135, and that's the
Yeah, bro.
standard
Yeah.
price.
135
It's painful,
standard.
bro.
Standard. 135 standard. And the funny thing is, yeah, you pay
Mm,
135, right? God forbid, bro, it's a
mm,
Jordan 1, bro. God forbid it's a
mm.
Jordan 1. That's
Yeah,
160 minimum.
yeah.
That's 160 minimum. And you know that's like whatever factory that's coming out of there just
Mm.
pumping those out. Glue stains, bro, everything that you want, bro. Pieces of fluff, pieces of thread, just bro, they just
And there
pumping
was
them
and there
out,
was
just
one
pumping them
and
out.
once upon a
Like,
time you would look at a shoe, a sneaker or a trainer, whatever you want to call it, and if the price was more than £100, you're like, bruv, no way, I can't afford. These are back when we were getting paid weekly at JD, and you see, it's
can you
like
imagine?
110s. If you bought a pair of 110s or 95s, you were bathing. You were considered to be that guy. And now
You're
And
the
now we're
guy.
looking like I've got a pair of Fear of God ones, like the Jerry Lorenzo, the boot one. Bruv, that was like
Mm.
225. And I look at it and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a lot.
bro, no, I need to come back a bit because now I'm crossing that threshold where I'm like,
Bro.
nah, it's not casual street sort of streetwear sneakers anymore. We're now getting into luxury fashion, and that's a barrier
Yeah,
that
it's luxury.
I don't want to cross because it's not me. That's not me at all.
No, we can definitely touch a little bit further on that as we go along, man. But I wanna talk to you about your modern day. Yeah, I want to talk to you definitely about your current
Hmm.
collection. And in this part of the interview, I call the EST of KIC. And when I say EST, I mean the oldest, the newest, the rarest, the greatest, the cheapest, the best. You get me? Like, so no better place to start than way back when to talk to me. What is the oldest pair of kicks you have currently in your collection?
It's a pair of Air Max ones that my sister got me for my 25th. I want to say 25th birthday, 24th or 25th birthday. It's a standard pair of Air Max ones with a red swoosh and a dark blue mudguard, but it's not the Obsidians. It looks like the Obsidians, but it's more red than that. It's just a
Okay,
GR pair. If
okay,
it retroed tomorrow, I don't think people would care about it or say, "Oh, that's that pair." But because this was at a time again when I was struggling. So it's the sentimental value that she even bothered
yeah,
to think, right, I need to get my brother a cool pair of kicks, Air Max One. And I've still got that pair in storage somewhere upstairs. Um, the insole's out because my foot size has grown since then, but it's the sentimental value. Yeah, man.
no, I like
Yeah,
that.
that's my
I
oldest
like
pair
that.
in my collection.
That's a very cool. That looks that in my mind. Like when I think of that colorway, it's kind of giving me like US
Yeah,
vibes,
yeah,
like
yeah.
this red, white, like I'm saying like blue, like I like that sort of color
Mm,
combination. So it's definitely in my mind. It definitely is a vibe, and especially an
yeah.
Air Max. You get me, man. The strong. Yeah, look very strong on that. What is the newest shoe that has entered
Oh,
into Casa de
oh, that's
Kaff?
easy. I can show you because I haven't even really worn it. Uh,
No, we like that. We like that. So this is live on Kicks
but
Chronicles. Kaff is about to drop his
but people
latest
have seen it already though.
latest shoe.
The Tiana
Oh
Taylors.
snap! The Tiana Taylors. So I think, yeah, this is a interesting
Yeah,
shoe.
man.
Yeah, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of hidden
People
details in
don't
the
people
shoe.
don't even know that
Very,
that's
very
there.
interesting shoe. I didn't even know that was there. I did
On
not
both
know that
sides as
was
well.
there. That's actually
Um,
nuts. That's actually nuts. There was a lot of a lot of things in the
mm,
shoe that sort of represented Tay. Like, and I think, like, first and foremost, I was super happy
mm,
for her to get that
yeah,
collab, man, because like it's not easy, bro. Like, obviously she's like an amazing musician in her own right. She's done a lot in the game or whatever, like, and she's like had different
even the
situations.
box is
But
crazy,
like,
man.
yeah, like she's done a lot, man. I feel like she's really, really done like a really, really cool job. I did think though, like at a certain point, I think it went from being, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. It's almost like there's such a huge collection of ideas that maybe it got a
Mm,
little muddy, like at a certain point. But like obviously you
yeah,
bought the
man.
shoe. Like what was you feeling about the shoe? Like what did you
First,
feel about
first,
the shoe
first of
when you
all, it
went
was
for it?
it's the fact it's a Jordan 1 Zoom Comfort 2. I like the innovation. I like different styles of shoes that we love because you can look back at it and say that was my era's Jordan, or the that 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 was the
That's true.
innovation at the time that signified, because you've got like a Jordan or a technology that represents every era. Like you've had like the OG, the retros, the Gatorades. Then we had that whole Flyknit phase where Flyknit was just big and Flyknit Racer was big, so they dropped the Flyknit
Yeah.
Jordan ones. And I know some people hate it. I loved mine, but I got rid of them. I wish I still had them. And the technology at the moment is trying to get air in different forms into silhouettes that people always wanted. Different air technology in it. So now we've got the Zoom Comfort, which is like people are talking about. They want their shoes to be comfortable. It's not just about bringing in a retro. I want
It's
something
true.
comfortable, something different, and it's a remix and a revamp of a very popular shoe. I do think the Tiana Taylors, like you say, that I look at it and there's some elements on it that I feel it's a bit too busy, and maybe
Mm.
it looks like the sort of design where there was too many chefs in the kitchen. Um, I love the
Possibly.
swoosh, but I don't like how they've placed it, where it's like lower down. Um, I'll
Yeah,
take it
that's
out again
interesting,
to
right?
explain what I'm talking about. Like on the lateral side, and because on the medial side, it's all right. It looks okay, but then when you see
Yes.
it, it's dropped, so it's like touching the midsole. And normally the swoosh would be up here, so you've got this weird
Yeah.
area here where there's too much. It looks like there's.
Like that's a
It looks like
complete
an
gap. Yeah.
AJKO. Like there's nothing. It's missing. It should be, even if they put like a mini
Yeah.
swoosh here, it would look. It seems empty. You see what I
That would
mean?
have been funny. Yeah, that would have
Um,
been all right, you know.
but I
That would have
like
been
the
all
fact
right.
that they've done the same cracked leather as Lost and Founds on the collar, and the brown. The brown
I
is a really
respect that.
nice addition instead of always black, red, white, black, red, white. But
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nice shoe, man.
Obviously, yeah, she took a massive amount of inspiration
Oh
from the
yeah, huge, yeah,
Chicago. Um, but there was, yeah, I also appreciate your point in terms of like respecting
yeah,
the era
man.
that we're in and the innovation that takes place within the era, because like that's the way you're going to be able to sort of mark the different times
Yeah,
or different eras in time. That's the best way you're going to be able to do it, because when you've got a silhouette like a Jordan 1 that sort of spans so
mm,
many generations, the way that you're going to be able to differentiate those generations is through the technology that they're able to bring in. So it is and obviously the silhouette doesn't change, but the
yeah,
influences change and the technology changes, and those are the things that change around the silhouette that can
yeah,
enhance the silhouette, sort of thing. So I feel what you're saying in that, and like I think with the Zoom Comfort, like I think it is a smart innovation, because ultimately one of the things leveled at Jordan brand the most is in
exactly,
regards to comfort. Like, I mean, it still baffles me to this day that this guy was dropping 60
exactly.
in a Jordan 1, and I
Yeah,
can't last
yeah,
3 hours in one. So it's
yeah.
like, it's like,
It
bro,
just,
what
it
was
just,
going on, bro? But the thing is, we have to remember
yeah. It
where
just
they were
makes
coming from
it
in
it
their
just
era.
makes
You get
sense when
me?
you
Like,
think about it. One of the biggest complaints about certain shoes is that they're not comfortable. So let's make it more comfortable. Let's make it more people aren't wearing a lot of people aren't
makes
wearing Jordan
sense.
ones for basketball. So let's make it more comfortable and lifestyle. It just makes sense. And to anyone
It
listening
makes
that
sense.
hasn't tried a
Makes sense.
Zoom Comfort 2 or Zoom Comfort 1, I beg you, you need to try a pair because it's a different. level of comfort that you don't normally get on a retro OG Jordan. Like I still find retro Jordans comfy, but like you say, I couldn't wear them all day. After about 6 hours, it gets a bit techy, bro.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, man. All right, bro. So talk to me, man. What are, in your
Mm.
opinion, right, the rarest pair of shoes you currently own?
Um, it's not rarer than some other people I see, like Sneaker Den. Shout out to a man tack Offspring, bruv. His rare pairs are like dumb. So rare to me is just rare in my collection. So I'd have to say there's maybe, and
Mm.
it's probably only because they were difficult to get for because of regional exclusive. I'd say the off white, the European exclusive off white Jordan 1, the all white pair. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
the Concepts Air Max 1. It's not heavy. It's what I've forgotten the name. The one you could only get from Concepts directly. I've forgotten the name of it.
The
Is it the
mellow.
Mellow? Yeah, yeah,
The
the
mellow.
Mellow,
The
yeah.
mellow.
Um,
Yeah. Super
yeah.
hard. Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
might, I
very
might,
rare.
I might have,
That's super,
I
super
might have
hard.
other rare ones because I can't think right now. But sometimes I think people forget like certain shoes aren't produced in big numbers. So I'm saying rare
Mm.
because of hype, but technically speaking, the Foot Patrol Air Max 95 is one of the rarest shoes I got because
Well, this is what I was gonna
there
even
was only
suggest. Yeah.
1,995 pairs produced. So
Well, that's
technically
crazy.
speaking,
That's crazy.
you see what I mean?
Like, if you want to go there, like another thing that people tend to forget, when especially when I ask that question, is like, um, what about shoes that you have in your collection that you've just never seen anyone wear in the wild? You've just never ever seen anyone else wear. Like, that's a kind of
Yeah,
rarity
that's a
as
good
well.
one.
Like, there are certain shoes that I've got that I've never seen anyone else wear, and I'm like, I love this shoe. It may not have been
Mm.
particularly hard to get. It may not have been it may just have been a GR. But for whatever reason, I was the one person that I saw wearing that
That's a
shoe
really good.
only.
That's a really good
Like,
one
so
actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's quite a few Air Max 90s that people got hyped about, and I've just never seen them in the wild. The SB, the SB Dunk eBays, I've not seen anyone wearing them outside in the wild.
Oh yeah. I get you. Because I got those as well. I know that
Yeah,
you got them as well. Like, I couldn't even imagine wearing them
I've worn
outside, to
them,
be
and
honest.
you know what? Surprisingly, they went with the outfit for whatever reason. They went, and they didn't fog up
Really?
or miss stuff. I wore them all day.
Bro,
They didn't get funny or
that's because of your impeccable
no
drip. Like,
way.
obviously, you can manage it. But us men are out here just trying, innit? I'm saying I'm trying to
Bruv,
learn
I'm
from
telling
Kaff.
you, with
Kaff
all else
teach me,
fails,
bro.
wear all black. If it, it's
Bro,
the cheat
that
code.
is
It's the
my
cheat
mantra,
code.
bro.
If you don't know
That's
what
the
to
cheat
wear
code.
or the
That
shoes
is
are a
the
bit
cheat code.
loud, just wear all
All
black.
black.
You'll be fine.
And just let
Yeah,
your shoe sing. Just
yeah,
let your shoe sing.
yeah.
You get me? All
You
black it
can't you
out
can't
and let your
always
shoe sing, man.
you
It's
can't always
guaranteed
have
to
the
work.
drip that matches the loudness of the kicks. It's too much. You know, at my age, at my
Sometimes it's
age, I
too
don't want
much.
to look like someone who's trying to appear on a hype beast sort of platform. It looks silly with grey hairs wearing. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it. I feel stupid looking in the mirror. Like what? I look like I'm trying
I
to.
just,
I look like
nah,
I'm about to
bro.
go to sneakers and stuff and ask them if they got any vacancies. Do you know what I mean? with my national record of achievement folder and my CV. Just like, oh, you got any jobs? Got any vacancies?
That's the
NRA folder,
NRA
bro.
folder. This guy is
And you
hilarious.
just watch them get your CV and put it in the bin, and you can't say nothing, bro. Just walk out, bro.
Bro, for people that don't know, yeah, this is actually hilarious,
Wow.
bro. When I was in secondary school, this is
Yeah.
what they made us do. Like, when you was in secondary school and you're trying to get a job, yeah, obviously you don't have much to go on your CV, right? Because obviously you're just starting out, yeah, experience is going to be limited, right? So you're going to just do whatever you can do. But one of the things that the careers advisor would suggest is you'd have this booklet, yeah, where you put all of your all of your certificates and achievements,
Oh
and it was
god.
called the NRA folder. It was called the National Record of Achievement folder, like, and they would always suggest you take it with you when you are going to like when you're going out, putting out your CV to these various different places, because it would potentially help you get a job or whatever. Never helped me get nothing, bro, apart from ridicule.
It's horrible, man.
But I was saying, like, we did it, bro. We did it, man. That's
Wow.
hilarious, bro. Kaff, chat to me, man. In your opinion, what's the greatest pair of shoes in your
Oh,
collection?
it's probably changed quite a bit, but the the greatest
I like
pair.
that.
Oh man, there's so many pairs that I value more than just being rare, but I can't lie. It's the Union Black Toe. It's it's
Respectfully, I
it's
know I'm
perfect.
here with
Like
you.
when it people just think hype, but when you look at the execution, it's perfect. Like someone, it's got the thrift shop element of just cut. It's been cut and paste and put back
Yeah.
together. It's got the grey, which is like worn out. It's got the sail midsole. Even the
Sell me
leather
soul,
is
yeah.
like it's like the
Black
raw leather,
toe.
so there's no dye. It just looks vintage. And then the two tone
Uh,
laces, the cool black to the neutral greys, and the black toe and the black toe color. It's perfect. Like
it's
I
a
don't
very,
think we're
very
going to
good
see
shoe.
a union collaboration. In fact, no. I, I, I don't.
Say it.
I don't think we're
Say
going to
it.
see a
Say
collaboration
it.
across the brands that is better or better executed than this. Like
Like,
it's per- it's
that's
perfect.
Holland.
It's actually perfect.
Yeah. Very,
Crazy, man.
very good shoe. Like, literally up there. Like, it's very, very cool. Very, very cool. No, I can't disagree with you in
Perfect.
any way, shape, or form, man. Any kind, any kind of Jordan 1 that brings in those kind of elements are
Mm,
so organic. The story is so strong as well. Like, and this is the thing. Like, I put it out on my TikTok recently. Like a lot of, and respectfully, some of these are GRs, but some of them are collabs as well. But I'm going into sneakers, and a lot of shoes are sitting, and sitting doesn't
mm,
necessarily indicate to me um sitting. When I see GR sitting, I'm like, that's fine, because GRs might not fly off the
mm,
the the, the shelf. When I see collabs sitting, I'm like, well, they probably did invest quite a bit of
yeah.
money into the design of that shoe, and for it to be sitting means that there's obviously a disconnect between um the whether it be the designer, the collaboration, or the customer, right? A part of me just feels, and this is the strongest part of me, feels like there's just a significant lack of effort. And I'm leveling this at Nike. There's a significant lack of effort when it comes to the communication of the importance of some of these shoes. When
Mm,
it comes to the stories behind some of these shoes, they're slapping
mm,
colorways on kicks, bro, and then dashing them out, bro. And it's like, there's only so
mm,
many kicks someone's gonna buy before they clock that you are not putting the real amount
mm,
of effort into these shoes. Like, the amount of passion that you spoke about that Union 1, bro. There are a lot of shoes and
mm,
sneakers that couldn't get
mm.
a
Well,
second of that, bro.
although
A
what I will
second of that.
say, because and I have to pull back from the union thing being perfect. I think the perfect collab is the original Off White 10. That's the for me. And
Oh
I think
yeah,
that'll in my lifetime, I think that'll be the greatest collaboration of all time in my lifetime. And that's just me, my personal opinion. Because what Virgil did with the ghosting and the revealing pack, and I'm just talking about the original 10. Like there's been lots of Off White Nikes since then. But what
obvious.
that
Yeah,
did for each silhouette, what that did for Nike, what that did for the culture, what that did for collaborations in general, because after the 10, you noticed there was a boom, a massive boom in sneaker brands. Obviously,
massive,
Yeezys have always been
massive,
there, but what Virgil did with Nike and what he did with the Presto was just it was stupid. It was like
bro. That's my shoe, bro.
I'd probably
That's
put
my
that up there
shoe, bro.
as one of the top three best shoes ever. I was going to say in my collection, but I'll say ever because that's
Yeah, bro. That's on my list. That
the
that that
original
that
one.
the
Yeah,
the 10, yeah,
yeah,
the black and white pair. bro. Like, that is on my list, bro. That is so important to me as a shoe. And before it's all said and done, just know, people, that will be mine. It will be mine. Like, just understand that, because that shoe just meant so much to me. Like, there's certain shoes that obviously carry significant value, like whether it be like emotional or sentimental or whatever. But like, that shoe to me, like, similar to what you're saying, like, the amount of energy, the amount of effort, and like, I'm saying, like, God bless the dead, bro. Virgil Abloh just put his heart and soul into those 10 kicks, bro. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not out here saying that every single one of the 10 was a banger, bro. But I'm saying, like, as a collection, bro, like, we've just seen Pharrell do his first menswear collection for LV, bro. You saw him in that, bro. Like, and I think a lot of people were like, oh, but he's not a real designer, bro. Bro, he gave from himself. That's all I ever want, bro. I just want you to give, bro, with your whole heart, bro. He went into it and he said, you know what? This is me. I'm going to give you all I got, bro. Just know at the end, I gave you everything I had, bro. And I can say that about Virgil, bro. He gave us everything, man. And God bless him for that, bro. Because that 10, there's not going to be, like you said it, bro. There's certain collaborations, bro. There's certain collaborations that could not have taken place without him breaking those barriers, without him doing that thing. The amount of levity and the amount of space Nike gave him with those legit silhouettes. He was like, bro, give me that one. Give me that one, bro.
And he was thinking so far ahead. And people might think, oh, Kaff's just giving him ratings because he's a Virgil stan. And I am. I make no apologies about it. I'm a Virgil stan. But the fact that he foresaw that what he wanted to do with the 10, especially the white pairs, is as time goes on, as they age, they will then evolve again. So whoever's got the original 10, if you've got the 90s, even the Vapor, the basketball ones, the Vapor something, I can't remember what they were called. The see-through Converse, the 97s, they're all starting to oxidize. They're going yellow. So now they're entering another transition. So, and the style that's in or has been in for the last year is the aged vintage look. So now whoever owns the original 10, as they age, they're now falling in line with the current trends. It's what he did with the 10. It's not going to happen again. And to anyone who owns, even if it's just one pair, I beg you, do not sell it. Just hang on to it. You don't just own a sneaker. You own a moment in time for art in general, not just sneakers. We're talking about fashion, art, pop culture, footwear. It's like it's a moment in time. So if you've got a pair of the original 10, you've got to keep it, man. Pass it on to your children or something. Just don't get rid of it. Don't be tempted to sell it, man.
Like them heirlooms there, bro.
I'm heirlooms there, man.
Pack, man. I respect it.
It did so much for the culture. Some of the pairs and designs and the creative freedom that collaborators are getting now, it's because of that pack.
It's because of that. He writ the blueprint, bro. Like, obviously, we have to give a lot of like credit to Kanye. A lot of barriers were broken through Kanye, bro. But like, there's got to be a lot said, right? Because I big up Kanye a lot, right? There's got to be a lot to be said for somebody to build, like, not just on top of, bro. Like, there's certain man that the foundation's laid and they build maybe a bungalow, they build a 1 or 2 story. My man built skyscrapers off the top of that foundation, bro. Nobody can ever say that, like, Virgil was just like riding on coattails. No. Yeah. Respectfully, like, Kanye came first, Virgil came second, but where Virgil went, bro, you have to respect it. And obviously, talking about Pharrell, Virgil was the first one to do that as well. He's the first, I'm saying head of LV. Like, bro, it's a big deal. So we always have to put full respect on Virgil's name, man. Even as a fellow Ghanaian, bro, like, just gone way too soon, bro. Like we have to put full respect on his name, man. Now, we love that, bro. We love that.
For listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.